Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of On the Grass. My name is Dave Swerski, and I am still trying to process how wrong I was. Interim coach bump? Not for this team. Nope, it was a terrifyingly awful, no good, terrible day for our beloved team, the Bears, in San Francisco this past weekend. And our chances to win any more games are getting smaller each week. We're gonna dive into that and more, but first, you know the drill. Please make sure that you've subscribed and that you've liked this here video, and drop a comment below to tell me how you're feeling after that beatdown in San Fran. As is always the case, I wouldn't be continuing to make these videos if it wasn't for the support of all my friends out there watching them and sharing them with your friends and family, so thank you. And please continue to do so that I can keep growing the super fandom through this work that I'm doing. Now, one of the best ways you can help me is to get yourself or your loved ones a t-shirt or a hoodie from the Dave Swerski merch store. So check out that link in the description below and get yours ordered before the holidays. I'm also available for cameos for the holidays as well. Link is also in the description. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's get back into it with a deep dive on the monsters of the Midway, the Bears. 7 straight losses, my friends. At least it's not 14 like we had last season carried over from 2022. But 7 in a row was enough to send my Uncle Bob into another cardiac episode this week, so please do send along your cards and well wishes once again, and those Polar Sausage gift cards to help aid in his speedy recovery. I wish I had some silver linings to share with y'all today, but sadly, I really don't. Some have hopped on the lose now to get better next year train, which I find to be a funless ride and experience personally. I know a better draft position helps in yet another rebuild, but I'm tired, my friends. So tired. It's the same vicious cycle year after year, regime change after regime change, and on and on and on. I've read a lot about people's belief in Pulse now waning as well. Plus, now the word I've heard out of Hallis Hall is that Ryan Pulse may be unhappy having to answer to Kevin Warren, according to my pal Sylvie. I mean, what a mess. I don't really know what to make of it. I think, deep down, if we are being honest with ourselves, even through the rose-colored glasses of the Hard Knocks and a great draft, even though we didn't have all our picks, we all knew there were still gonna be some holes on this team's roster. They never addressed defensive line, really. They didn't get another impact player opposite Sweat, and Sweat's impact this year hasn't been what it was last year. They certainly have not fixed the offensive line. They've added pieces, but we are still a ways away there too. Cause as we've seen, it certainly doesn't matter much what weapons you have at receiver and tight end and running back and even QB if you can't give them time to run routes, throw the ball, or create holes to run through. And Caleb Williams has been sacked an astounding 56 times already this year and still has 4 more games to play. Yikes. And I thought our defense would be up to the task of standing tall and still not breaking this past weekend in San Fran, but not so much. I know we're missing Brisker out there, but there's a lot more holes on that defense that I've seen as the year has progressed than I thought there were at the start of the year. And Cole Kmet, what the hell's happened to him? He's literally disappeared since that Jacksonville game. Not a part of the game plan at all, it seems, anymore. And I thought the addition of Gerald Everett would be a great thing for us as well. 2 quality tight ends to add to the weapons that we already had on the outside at receiver, but it's just not showing up at all. It's a mess. This team is in tatters, and now no more games matter. The Bears. So where do we go from here, my friends? Well, literally, we go on to Minnesota to play the Vikings yet again. But this time, it's in front of the entire nation, as we will be one of the 2 games played in the Monday Night Football doubleheader this upcoming week. And that could get ugly. Or we could show some fight and give them a tough game like we did last month in Chicago when the Vikings came to town and we were able to push that game into overtime. It truly does break my superfan heart to admit this, but winning or losing the rest of our games isn't gonna do much beyond give a morale boost at this point. The playoffs have a 1% chance of happening at this point for the Bears, so you're telling me there's a chance? We have a brutal end to the season in terms of who we have to go through. So buckle up, my friends, because it may very well be a tough December. Man, do you see what's happened? This team that I love with every fiber of my being has taken from me the optimism that has been my trademark throughout my life as a superfan. It breaks my heart that me, of all people, the guy who truly believes every game we stand a chance to at least win it, is feeling this pessimistic about the end of the season in which I had such high hopes for coming into the year. Another offseason filled with coaching search rumors and emotions. Another offseason wondering if they will find the right guy to pair with our new QB to get the most out of him. Another year of watching the playoffs joylessly, as our team more than likely will once again be on the outside looking in, having to wait 4 months to get excited for another draft, and then another 3.5 months waiting to see that first snap of the preseason to once again hope we got a new coach hire right and get the bad taste of another disappointing season out of our collective mouths. Bears. Keep an eye out for my game preview for our Monday Night Football matchup, which will most likely drop on Saturday this week instead of Friday as per normal. So with that, let's take a look at the action around the league and pick these games, shall we? So my pick here is the Rams beating the Niners. Commanders will beat the Saints. Chiefs over the Browns. Bengals beat the Titans. Texans take care of the Dolphins. Ravens beat the Giants. And the Green Bay Jets beat the Jags. Panthers get the win in a close one against the Cowboys. I think the Bucks will beat the Chargers, but in another close one. Broncos take care of the Colts. Cardinals clobber the Patriots. This Bills-Lions game should be a fun watch, and I'm going with the Lions here. Steelers, I think, get a tough win against the Eagles. Seahawks beat the Packers. Don't care their record. Green Bay sucks. Bears. Come on. And I think the Falcons will beat the Raiders to close out Week 15 action around the NFL. Okay, that's gonna do it for me today, my friends. Stay strong, keep the faith through these turbulent times, and as always, be kind to each other and be kind to yourself too. And go Bears! Thank you so much for watching and for your continued support. I will see you soon, my friends. Da Bears, da Bears, da Bears. Da Bears, da Bears, da Bears. Da Bears, da Bears, da Bears.